the adults nowadays? It's because their soul age is far more greater than the age of the older person physically here. You know, the judgmental skills, the experiences, everything come with your soul. But you do not try to poke those kind of things in your life. So, and there are so many things, and how to process bad experiences from the past, memories and traumas. So if you are having any kind of bad experiences in these lifetimes, then that can be solved. It is because of your karma. The best way to accept, the best way to deal with the bad experiences, all the things that you are having, is to accept that it has already happened and it is gone now. The more you cling to it, the more you try to grab it, you will not be able to let go. And how do you let go? You stop thinking about it. Whenever some kind of messy thoughts come on your mind, you take the Nam Japa of any deity. It does not have to be Lord Bhairava, it does not have to be Lord Shiva. Just one thing that will be very much helpful for you is to have, a counter that comes nowadays. And whenever you get some kind of thoughts that is messing up your spirituality or some kind of trauma that you are having, let's say I have some kind of trauma and I am just remembering it and it is just causing a headache for me and it is disrupting my spiritual journey. I just take the counter and I just take Bhairava, 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 Bhairava. You do not have to take any kind of sankalpa also, okay? Just do that to remember the Lord, to remember the deity, and they will show you a path. They will direct you towards a path, and you should just simply never doubt and follow that path. Sometimes, you get signs. Even some of you are watching this video, some of who are very much new. If the deity is showing you my videos, then it's the sign for you to start your sadhana. Because I make most of my content based on the spiritual practices and the things that I have already experienced in my lifetimes. And there is one more thing, how to forgive people. And how to forgive people is very much easy. Just let them go. Don't cling to one thing. If someone has done wrong to you, don't cling to them. Let them go. Release them from your life. And don't think about it. They are not in your life, then it no longer affects you. If someone has done wrong to you, just let them go. Delete them out of your life and let it be. Try to let go. How to practically let go and any practical tips to fully surrender. So the first thing is how to practically let go. So practically let going is something that is very much difficult. Some people don't deal with things like others do, It depends on the person, their personality and everything. So the best thing one can do while trying to let go is just don't think about the situation. That's the best thing that you can do, and keep yourself busy. If something is very much fresh, it is very much natural for you to feel pressurized to remember that kind of thing. If for example, if you were in some kind of relationships and you used to do some activities together, like going on a hike or something, and when after your breakup, when the next time you go on a hike, you will remember that person. That is very much common. And how do you try to let go? Don't go on a hike, for a short period of time. Don't go on a hike, because those activities will make you remember, and keep yourself busy on doing other things. Try to journal, try to write things, try to write your dinacharya, the entire things that you are going to do in your entire day. Just after you wake up, take a bath, do your mantra japas, do your meditation and write the journal. I will go do these kinds of things. Make a list of activities, and in the activities try to write something that is very much new for you. Right? If someone does not read any kind of books, I will read 1 page, 2 pages of this book. Just write down and just follow that process. It is very much simple. Just keep yourself busy, and it is very much easy to not think about anything, and slowly it will just fade away from your life and it will not matter anymore. And another thing that you can do is to love yourself. Do not give priority to things that do not serve you well. Because in your entire life, the only thing that matters, the only person that matters is you, yourself. So you should think about that. The amount of energy that you are investing into thinking about things, in thinking about other things, invest that energy in yourself. Try to make yourself better, try to do your hobbies, try to do the things that brings you very much close to your life goals. So everything will change. And any practical tips to fully surrender? I don't know if they are talking about surrendering to the deities or not. So if you are trying to surrender to deities, just do the Nam Japa, Mantra Japas, do the pujas, try to go to the temples. The closer you be to the deities, physically also, the mentally also, you will be very much close to them. In some busy life, we do not get the chances to go to the temples, but you also have some holidays. In those time, you can travel. Simply, it is very much easy. If you have friends who have same kind of interests, then you can take them with you, and it is very much easy. So that's how you can connect with deities. Just do some pujas, get yourself fully devoted, surrender yourself, and just trust the God. The trusting is the hardest path. Trust the God and tell that I am giving my everything to you. I will just do your devotion. You take care of me, and believe in that. Once you doubt, everything will shatter. So believe in the things. And there is the last question. I know God is there even when I don't notice it. But how should I acknowledge their presence more and more? How to strengthen my connection to them? As I have said, the only thing that you can show your devotion through is to remember in every breath you take. Every time you take breath, that there is some very much good things. You can also see Premananda Guru. He is the best example. He says, with every breath you take the name of Radha. So, Radha, 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 Radha. So that shows your devotion. If you are a Bhairava Upasaka, if you are a Shiva Upasaka, and you take Shiva, 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 or Bhairava, 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 Bhairava. Every breath you take, every second you spend in life, you are taking the name of the deities, or even could be Ram. You say Ram, 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 Ram. So every second you are spending, showing that your devotion, with every name that you take, your past karmas are being cleared. With every name you take, your past karmas are being cleared. You should understand that. And the better you clear your past karma, the better life you will be living at the moment in this lifetime. And try to serve some good things, try to help people, try to feed people who need, try to give things to people. If you have so much, if you don't have anything also, that's also fine. But do not show any kind of negativity around those kind of people. Treat them like a regular person, treat the animals like regular souls, because in next lifetime they could be human, and if you treat themselves bad, treat the animals bad, then the karma will bite you back. So these were some very much interesting questions, and these questions are very much important for people to understand about surrendering, about letting go, about getting yourself closer to deities. These things are very much essential, and if you are questioning yourself these kinds of questions, then that is very much good for you also. Because understanding spirituality and the perspective of religion and just the perspective of spirituality, there are two kind of spirituality. There is perspective of spirituality and there is religious spirituality. There are different things. So those things work differently, and I have something very much special coming for you guys, and you have to wait for few days for that, and I will be giving you some update about it very much soon, and you can join me on that also. So it will be very much easier for you to connect, to understand, to share your experience, to understand my experiences, to understand the mistakes that I have made, and not repeat those kind of things, because spiritual path is very much difficult. It's a very much bumpy road at the very much start, but once you surrender yourself entirely, there is no bumpy road. It's a full highway. So this much for today. If this video has helped you in any way, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and Om Vairava. Om Bhairavaya Namah. Today I'll be sharing something very much important, something that will entirely change your spiritual journey, some struggle that you guys are facing, and I'll be telling you how you can easily solve that problem as well as use that thing to channelize your energy into spirituality. So stay with me. And if you have not followed my Facebook page yet, you can simply follow there. I also drop some of the text there, so you can easily read it. So there is one problem that most of the people will struggle for their entire lifetime. Even though you are a spiritual person, you will face that problem, and that is having some kind of desires, and mostly the intimate desires. We are just mere humans. Everyone have their own desires, everyone have their own kind of desires, but the main thing is that how do we get out of those kind of activities or those kind of desires, and even if we get those kind of desires, how do we channel those desires into our spirituality? And I will teach you how. It is very much simple. You can do this experiment, but first of all I'll be telling you how these intimate desires or the sexual energy, I will be very much transparent, how the sexual energy can be transmitted in a way that it can be channeled to open your third eye chakra. I'll be teaching you that. So at first, you guys should understand one thing, is that having those kind of thoughts, those kind of energy inside your mind or something is not wrong. We are mere humans, we all have desires, and it is very much natural because we have to keep the cycle of life. Because if we don't do that, there is no possibilities of life. If everyone is into spirituality and if they just do the tyaga, they do not do anything like those kind of activities, then how will life prosper? How will life continue? We are in Kali Yuga. It is a physical realm. We are not fully spiritual. We are not fully so much capable that one sweat of our body will create a life. We are not that much strong. We should do those kind of stuff to create a new energy. And right now, I said, we will have to engage in those kind of stuffs to create energy. And you guys know that energy cannot be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form to another form. It is in terms of science or everything that you have studied, but I will be telling you how this is related to spirituality. So first of all, if you are getting intimate thoughts, that's absolutely fine. And while you are meditating, you are on a spiritual practices, if you get intimate thoughts, that's also fine. The first thing that you do if you get those kind of thoughts is to just focus on the mantra. Just focus on the mantra, but do nothing else. Even in your daily life, if you feel someone is very much attractive and you feel some kind of way about them and you feel like I should not do that, you feel that guilt. Once you feel that guilt, just start doing your mantra japas. That will ultimately remove the focus from that person or that type of energy towards the devotion towards the God. That is very much simple. You can try this anytime. The next time you get some kind of intimate or sexual kind of thoughts, you can just do this. It is very much simple. And now I'll be telling you how you can channelize those energies towards something. And first of all, what you will have to understand is the chakra points. If you understand all 7 chakra points, it is very much easy. I am talking about sexual energies, which is governed by sacral chakra. So I will give you an example. Like I said, energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. But when I am saying the energy, understand that it is the sexual energy that releases while you are doing some kind of physical activities from male. Sexual energy from male and sexual energy from female. When they are fused together, it creates a new energy. That is a new life. This is your body. Your body is an energy, right? And there is someone else. There is another energy. When combined together, it creates a new energy. Means You know how powerful it is. It even deflects all the statements. Energy cannot be created, not be destroyed, but energy has been created in some way. Energy of one person and energy of second person, when combined, it formed a new life, which is when the source of life is, if your source of life is energy, then creation of new life is also a formation of new energy. You guys understood that, right? And it is very much important for you to understand the importance of those energies, and that's the concept of brahmacharya. You know the concept of brahmacharya. It says that you can channelize your sexual energy into doing the things that are very much spiritual, and I'll be telling you how. First of all, for you, in order to do this, you should at least be celibate for four days at least. For you to do the thing that I'm going to tell you, please be celibate for at least 4 days, and this will work like magic. And if you have been celibate for at least 4 days, then do this with me just now. What you can do is just simply sit straight. Everyone will feel this, okay? Everyone will feel this. You just sit down, and first of all, you calm your mind. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. So while you are taking the deep breathing, continuously do that. While I say you do the things, continuously take the deep breathings, okay? Do not stop. So keep taking the deep breathings and listen to what I say. So after your mind becomes very much calm, right? The main thing is you should invest those kind of sexual energies to your opening the third eye or receiving the higher self. How do you do that? Take the energy from your sacral chakra. Take the energy. And how do you take the energy is the main question. For the beginner practitioners, even someone who is advanced. You take the breath from the very bottom, your root chakra. And when you are taking the inhale, your stomach should expand instead of your lungs. Your stomach should expand when you inhale. And when you are taking so much deep breathing from the inhale, and you have been doing it for so long, you will realize where your prana is, where your breath is coming from the bottom of your body, from the root chakra. You will realize that. And once you can navigate, you can understand where your sas is. Sas means the breathing is. And do this with me. You are taking the breath from the root chakra, and when it comes to your sacral chakra, you just hold. You just hold the breath on the sacral chakra. You just hold there. And what you do? You just squeeze the muscles of your root chakra. You know where the root chakra is? Just squeeze. Do not squeeze with the hand. You can squeeze. Just simply try squeezing that point. The pelvic regions. Try to squeeze it. If you can't squeeze it, you can do it. Any human can do it. It's just your muscles. Just squeeze the pelvic muscles when the breath reaches to your sacral point. That is your reproductive parts, or just below your waist. When take the deep breath from the root chakra, hold it when it reaches to your sacral chakra, and squeeze the pelvic regions. And take the same breath. Take the same breath to your third eye. And when it reaches to your third eye, hold it for 8 seconds. You can simply count. If it is your first time, you can just simply count, or you can just hold the breath as long as you can. If you can hold the breath for 15-20 seconds also, do that. But you won't be able to do something for so long, because it collects all the energy from your entire body. Root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, and it concentrates the energy on your third eye. And while you are holding, after you release the breath, then you release the breath. After you release the breath, you will feel some kind of lightheadedness. Some kind of lightheadedness. And that is the best way for you to meditate. And you continue doing that. You continue to do that. You do that until you see a ray of light. You see a ray of light automatically. You will see a very much white, bright light. You do not need to see any kind of deity or something. You will see a white light. And one thing that you can use this energy is for the energy of creation. I said that. And how you can use the energy of creation by manifesting the things. There might be some kind of things in your life that you want at the moment. You just try to visualize that while you are channeling the energy from the root chakra up to your third eye chakra. You try to channelize those visualization and just see what you are trying to manifest in your life, how much happy you feel, and what you will be experiencing once that manifestation is already over. And this is how you can do the manifestation. You can channelize the sexual energy in your body, the sacral chakra entirely. The intimate thoughts that you are having at the moment can be used for the manifestations, and it is very much strong. I have been doing it for so many years now, and it has always been work. Just channelize those energies. If you see someone who is very much attractive and you are feeling some kind of tingling sensation in your body, you feel that rush, that need to do something at the moment, but if you channelize that energy, what if you will marry that person? What if you manifest that you will be marrying that person, and after that you can do anything. It's just something. You do not have to feel guilt. Don't feel guilty even if you engage in those kind of activities. Unless you feel guilty, you are not wrong. If you are living your life at the moment, that's completely fine. Just don't feel guilty. Just don't let your mind think that I am doing something wrong. I am doing something wrong in my sadhana. It is absolutely fine. Even though you are married, you do it. That's also completely fine, because you should not feel the guilt. Once you feel guilt, just do what I said. If you feel guilty doing that, instead of doing that, just channelize your energy. It is very much simple. Do the things that you like in your life. But if you feel guilty about something, just channelize that energy into something very much good, something very much productive, something that will help to boost your spiritual energies. And you can just simply do by also the chanting mantras. If you are getting intimate feelings but you do not want to engage in those kind of activities, just simply chant the mantra. If you don't have any kind of time to meditate, and you can just simply chant Om Bhairavaya Namo, Om Bhairavaya Namo, Om Bhairavaya Namo, Om Bhairavaya Namo. It's absolutely fine. You will be devoting your time to Lord Bhairava. You will be devoting your time to Lord Shiva. You will be devoting to your time to Ma Shakti. So it is not wrong. It is absolutely fine. Unless you feel guilty, everything is absolutely fine. But once you feel guilty, try chanting the mantra or try to channelize your sexual energy into something very much good, something very much productive. So this much is for today. If this video has helped you in any way, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And Om Bhairavaya Namah. Om Bhairavaya Namah. If you are on a spiritual journey, the most common question that you guys always think is about, am I doing the right things in my sadhana, or when I will be able to connect to the deity that I am worshipping at the moment? And the most common answer to this is, there are some of the signs that everyone ignore at first, but once you understand those signs and you understand those visions, and while you are meditating or you are doing your mantra japas, and when you see that, and after you can easily relate to it, and you will realize that this is the actual deity in front of you. You are getting their darsana. So today I will be telling you some of the signs that show that you are on the right path of your spiritual journey, and this will be related to all of the gods that you are worshipping at the moment. Could be Shiva, Bhairava, Kali, or Hanumanji, Vishnu, Krishna, any deity that you are worshipping at the moment. So it will be very much common. So before even starting to tell the sign, I will tell that every person's spiritual journey is different. The energy vibrations that is inside you, the amount of devotion is also different. No matter how much you feel like you are the superior devotee of a god, but the life journey, the entire spiritual journey does not exist only in this lifetime. It has been passed through lifetime and lifetimes and lifetime, so that you are in this state of doing your sadhana at this process. And you should realize one thing, that if you are doing sadhana of some deity in this lifetime, you have already started your spiritual process in the past lifetimes. So first of all, I will be telling you some signs. So the main thing is that the main deity you are worshipping for, so every deity will be different. Every deity will present themselves as different. So you should understand that, and the signs will be little bit different, but there are some very much common signs, and these are: whenever you are meditating and you are in a very much higher state, your mind is very much calm, your energy is very much high, your energy is very much uplifted at the moment, and you are doing your mantra japas, you are doing everything right in your sadhana, then first of all, what you will feel is this intense amount of energy inside you. It will be some kind of boiling energy. You will feel the warmth. Even though it's very much cold outside, you will not feel any kind of thing on this outer body of yours. You will automatically feel warm than normal. Most of you have realized that, I think, because whenever you are doing your sadhana, you feel this immense amount of heat that is projecting in your body. It could be on different parts of your body according to the most activated chakra that you have in your body parts. That could be your sacral chakra, that could be your third eye, that could be your crown chakra, that could be your heart chakra, which is most activated. And you should realize that everyone's spiritual journey is different. I have been telling this differently. So you feel certain amount of heat that your body is producing at the moment. It's because the energy is very much high inside your body, and it is trying to find a way to release it, but there is no source of your energy outage. You are giving all of your energy to attend your higher self, to attend the crown chakra, to open your third eye, so that you can directly connect to the gods. And whenever you feel this warmth inside you, you ultimately realize that you are on the right path. You are doing your mantra japas correctly, and it may take some time. You do not feel any kind of warmth in the day one. It will take some time. It will take some weeks maybe. It is just based on the type of the sadhana that you are doing. If you are doing very much intense kind of sadhana, it could be of any deity, but it is very much intense, then you might feel it early. But if you are doing some kind of normal sadhana, then you might feel those kind of warmth in a very much few days. So another thing that you will realize is that you will see some kind of sign anywhere. You try to go anywhere, you see them, you feel like the God is watching over you every time. For example, let's say you are doing your Shiva sadhana at the moment, and whenever you are trying to go somewhere out, you are seeing the pictures of Lord Shiva, the idols of Lord Shiva everywhere. You go somewhere and you just randomly look at some place and you will see Lord Shiva there. Or when you pass at some kind of place, you are just simply walking and you see some Shiva temple there, which you didn't know initially, which you didn't realize it was there even if you passed from there. But you will start to see these kind of places, see these kinds of things that the deity is showing towards you, that is pulling you towards the deity. The deity wants you to visit to them at first, so that the deity will automatically be in your life. This is the sign of protection, that any kind of negative energy that could be around you, you can just simply cleanse yourself when you are very much close to the deity. Whenever you are seeing those kind of deity, you can just simply join your hands and say Om Namah Shivaya or Om Bhairavaya Namah. Any kind of deity that you are worshipping at the moment, just join your hands and just embrace them for the moment they are there. And the third sign is that it also depends on the meditation process. When you are meditating and you started to see some kind of thing, some kind of energy you are trying to see in your third eye, you are just focusing on third eye and the mantra, and you started to see some kind of thing, some kind of energy. It could be some rays of light, even the very much strong rays of light, very much strong rays of light, even though you are in a dark room, even though you are doing it the night time with all the lights closed, you will see this ray of light which is very much bright, and you understand this. This is the energy, this is the path where the deity is trying to communicate with you. and you should realize this thing. You should not ignore these things, because most of the people, even myself, when I first did my sadhana processes, I just kept seeing this light, but I did not know what it was. I did not know what was coming, and I meditate mostly on the night time. I meditate during morning time also, but I mostly like the peace that the night possesses. And the light that was coming, I did not realize any kind of thing. I did not think of any kind of thing. I just felt like why it is so much bright, even though it's like night time. It felt like the sun was shining directly onto my forehead or something, and I could just see the light, and I just sat there and embraced it. I was just kept looking at it, but suddenly the energy felt so much intense. It felt like everything around me is very much in a white state, white color. Everything is very much bright, even though the surrounding around me is very much dark in reality. But inside our consciousness, everything is bright. Everything just seems so much bright. And you might also hear some kind of scenario or some kind of imagery may manifest in front of you. They might show themselves as God, they might show themselves as they are the deities, but you should be very much aware about one thing, and that is Goddess. I have already made a separate videos about Goddess, and you should understand that the energy that the deity is showing at the moment determines if you are on the right path or not. If you are seeing a negative god, or if you are feeling very much afraid, and you feel some kind of way that you don't trust this appearance that you are seeing at the moment, then that is probably the negative goddess. And you should understand one more thing, is that if you are seeing negative goddess also, then it is the very much best idea that you can get that you are on the right path of your spiritual journey. Why? It is because the negative goddess try to pull those kind of people who are trying to achieve their higher self, who are very much close to achieve their higher self. Those negative goddess try to pull those kind of people who are trying to get themselves near to the deities. So if you see the negative goddess, you should just ignore them, but you should realize one more thing, is that you are on the right path, and it's their energy that matters. It does not matter how they look like. Even if they show themselves as Mahakali, Lord Vairava, Lord Shiva, it does not matter, because it's the energy. If you feel some kind of warmth or protection, if you are not feared from anything, if you don't feel anything, if you feel very much safe in your own space while you are meditating, then you are on the right path. And even if you feel scared, that's the negative goddess, then you are also on the right path, because goddess only manifest themselves. It could be divine goddess and it could be negative goddess, because they manifest themselves in a way that the negative goddess manifest in a way to pull you out from the spiritual journey, to just distract you, and the divine goddess show themselves in a way to protect you. So it's your feeling. What do you feel inside yourself when you see the goddess? So that entirely depends upon your spiritual journey, on how many times you have done your mantra japas, on how much ahead you are on your spiritual journey. So these are the things that matters. So you should be very much aware of that, and you should never overthink. You should never doubt on anything. You should just surrender yourself entirely. Don't doubt on anything. Don't doubt on any kind of outcomes. Even if you are doing sadhana, don't expect anything out of the sadhana. Just expect one thing, that is, I am doing this to be closer to my God, to be closer to my deity. So you should do your sadhana in that way. Don't chase the sadhana process or this spiritual journey just to attain something, just to attain your materialistic self. That is not why we do sadhana. It's because it's the life purpose. It's your life purpose to do the sadhana and to worship the deity. It's very much simple. You do not need to make any complicated decision based on that. Things are very much simple. I just want to connect to this deity. That's why I am doing the sadhana. I don't need anything. I just need a simple darshan. I just need protection and guidance. Everything else in this physical world, to survive, I will do it my way. But inside me, I need you to protect me. I need nothing else. That is what you ask from the deity. So these are some of the signs that is very much common with everyone. With every sadhana that you do, it is very much common. And you can also see the animals that are connected to the deities. Very much the interaction with them will be very much different So these are some of the signs, and you will also start to lose people that are around you. Every deity will protect you from the negative kind of people who are trying to disrupt your spiritual journey, who are trying to insult you, who are trying to talk bad about you. They will automatically remove them slowly, not like an instant. If you want to remove them instantly, then it's on you, because you can very easily break the ties. But the god will present themselves in a way, they will just slowly pull them out of your life, because that may affect your consciousness. Because if you are very much close to someone, and if you suddenly cut ties to them, then it may affect you. But if it's your own decision, then it will not affect you. But suddenly if they go somewhere or they are lost, then that will affect you. You will be thinking about them, where they have gone. So god will also pull those kind of people who are very much negative towards you, who are very much of low energy or negative energy. So you should understand that. So these are the signs that the deities show, and these are the signs that you are doing your spiritual sadhanas very much in a right way. So if you are doing your sadhana, keep continuing it, do not stop. You could be your upasaka, you can just be simply upasaka, you do not need to do intense sadhana every day, just worship gods. That is enough for the protection. 108 Nam Japa mantra is also very much strong. You can just give 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, and your life will change. Because when you achieve the mental peace inside you, that will be your everything. Because in this chaotic lifestyle, everyone is suffering from something. So this much for today. If this video has helped you, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and follow my Facebook page also that I have created. I will just put an image here, because I will be sharing some of the stuffs. I will write some kind of scriptures there, so that you can also be guided, and you will also know some kind of new things that you might not know. So this much for today. Om Bhairavaya Namah. Om Bhairavaya Namah. If this video has found you, I feel like you are very much lazy, you lack consistency, and you might be thinking while doing your sadhana, why do you not feel energetic? Why do you feel like you want to do the sadhana, but you feel like something is stopping you? You feel like there is something, some kind of energy that is pushing you down, like some kind of sudden things occur, so that you will have to attend that thing instead of doing your sadhana. So if you are facing these kinds of problem at the moment, or you have been thinking about doing of sadhana, but you are always procrastinating, so in this video I'll be telling you some things that you guys are completely doing it wrong. And I know many of you are doing it wrong, because I got this energy while I was meditating today. So I am going to share you with this. So before even starting about anything, today's topic will be very much different, because I will be diving into things that most people make the mistake of, because I have also made the mistake. And those things are, you do not make your asana, you do not make the place where you sit down during your meditative process, you do not cleanse your aura, you do not cleanse your energy, you do not cleanse anything that is around you, you just sit there and meditate. And the third thing is the goddess. So I'll be talking about all those things, but the first and most important thing for you for now is to know to clean your aura, to clean yourself, to clean the negative energy. You are involved with so many people in your life. Those people are of negative energy. When you are handshaking, when you are hugging them, you are attracting all those kind of negative energy. Or you pass through some kind of places that are very much negative energy, that smell very much foul, that are not very much good for you, that are very much chaotic in your everyday lifestyle. Those are kind of places that I try to avoid in my everyday life. I like to sit alone, sit in peace. So if you are involved into those kind of places, even in your daily life, you just have to go to such places, and that's completely normal. But before doing your meditation, you should always clean yourself, you should always clean your energy, and I will be telling you how I do that. So I'll be telling you a mantra that will clean your entire energy. And yes, it can be done by both female and female. I have been always telling you there is no such kind of things. God is not gender biased. So you can also do this. So while you sit down, so I will be telling you to make the asana first. It is very much simple. You just take one mat or a piece of cloth that only you use, because your asana will be absorbing all the energy that you release during your meditation process. So your asana is very much important, and you do not let anyone other sit on that mat or that piece of cloth, and just lay it down on the ground and just sit on that, and you will be using that asana only. And if you want to change, you can also change it, it does not matter. But for the time being you are meditating, you are doing your sadhana, use that certain mat only. Do not use any kind of mat, because your energies, your every emotion is energy in motion. Your energies are observed by those mat. So you should realize that thing. And after you do your meditation, just don't throw it anywhere. Like, keep it in a safe place where no one steps on it. You do not step on your asana. Just put it in a place that is very much safe, that is very much clean. Just roll it and just put it there, so that your asana will keep containing the energy that you have put during your entire meditation process, and just keep it clean. And if you feel like whenever it is getting dirty, you can wash it. There is no such thing as what if it gets dirty. There is no problem like that. So if your mat or your asana gets dirty, you can just simply wash it. Now I will be telling you how I personally cleanse my aura. So the way I cleanse my aura, I have been doing this for a very long time. It's the way you can do, anyone can do this. Even males, females can also do this. I have already told you. So what you can do is, you just take some jal on your hand. It should not be some packaged water. It should be some fresh water that you have taken from the tap, or just taking some kind of bowl, and you can just put in your hand, and you start sprinkling around your body. And you should be repeating one mantra, and that mantra is Om Apavitra Pavitra Va Sarvavesta Gati Piva Yasmarat Pundari Kaksa Ya Bhyavantar Suchi. So you should do this while you are sprinkling the jal, and the entire mantra behind it. This I will also put this mantra here, if you could see. You should also understand the mantra while you are chanting any kind of mantra. So I will be telling you this. So the first letter is Om. Om is the universal sound. You know that Om is very much powerful sound in itself. Apavitra. Apavitra means anything that is not pure. Om Apavitra Pavitrava. Pavitra means anything that is pure. And the word Va means or. Om Apavitra Pavitra Va. Sarvavesta Gate Piva. In any condition you are, even though you are not spiritual in any sense, in any condition you are at the moment, if you are very much spiritually low, that's also fine. If you are very much spiritually high, that's also fine. Yasmar Pundarikaksha. Whoever remembers the consciousness, the divine consciousness, which is untouched by impurity, Sabhavantar Suchi. That means the person will be ultimately purified once they chant this mantra. So this is the entire significance of this mantra, and I will just be putting the text on the screen so that you can also read, or you can simply search the Pavitrikaran mantra. I do that to purify myself, to clean all the energy, anything negativity. And it's up to you also. Do you even feel clean? Do you feel clean after you chant that mantra? After you understand the mantra and you are chanting it, do you feel the cleanliness? It's up to you also. Because some people may use some kind of other mantra that I don't know, and this is something that I use, so I tell according to my experience. And now we will be talking about the most important thing in this video, and that is the Gadaj. And Gadaj is the topic that I have been asked so many times. Anytime I tell about Gadaj in any of my videos, people will be asking me about what is Gada, please tell us about Gada. So I will be telling you about that. So there are basically three types of Gadas that I know of. That is divine Gadas. That divine Gadas means gods, especially gods. Just don't think about anything more. Just they are the pure souls. They are the pure energies. Gadas are classified based on the energies. And there are neutral Gadas. Neutral Gadas are type of energy that just roam around here and there, here and there. They do not serve any specific purpose. They do not hamper anyone physically, or they do not have any kind of presence. But they can put some thoughts inside you. Put some like procrastinating thoughts. Like if you are thinking about doing some sadhana today, and you are just sitting and you will be telling, okay, I will do sadhana today in the morning time. But when it's the night time, you tell that, oh, it has already been night, and from tomorrow I will for sure be doing my sadhana. So these are the concepts that are provided by the neutral Gadas. And there are third kind of Gadas that I do not like personally. Third kind of Gadas are the negative Gadas. Those are kind of Gadas that can manifest themselves as smells as kind of energy, whenever you are doing some kind of sadhana and it's some long day sadhana, like 21 days, 41 days sadhana, you can also try this if you want to experience that in life. You don't have to do anything, just take some sankalpa and say that I will chant this amount of Vairav mantra in this amount of time, and you just evolve yourself spiritually. Try meditating daily, and then whenever you have completed X amount of mantra, or whenever your energy aligned with Lord Vairava, first of all, energy alignment with Lord Vairava is very much difficult, and I also have not done that, because the equal energy alignment is never possible with deities. It is never possible. You will have to do certain so many sadhanas in your so many lifetimes, so that you will get the ultimate moksha. So attaining the state of energy that the gods possess is nearly impossible, also impossible. I would like to say that. So whenever you are doing meditating and you are already a bit higher from the previous vibration, whenever you are a normal person, your vibration are very much either it's low, either it's high, sometimes low. But while you are spiritual practicing, there are some kind of changes that will be keep happening every day. Every second everything will change. Every mantra japa that you do, after understanding the mantra, everything will change. So while you are doing the Vairava sadhana, just you are doing the Vairava nam japa, normal, Om Vairavaya Nama, Om Vairavaya Nama, Om Vairavaya Nama, X amount of times. And after certain amount of days, like if you are doing a 21 days sadhana, let's say after 16 days, you feel like your energy is very much high, you feel very much confident, you feel like Lord Vairava is with you. Everywhere you go, you see something, some part of Lord Vairava. Either it's dogs, or either his idols, or either his temples. Wherever you go, you start to see the signs, and you feel like, oh, Lord Vairava is with me. And one day you just start to meditate, and in that state, while you are meditating and you feel like you are on a higher state, you do not realize about time while you are meditating, and suddenly you feel like something you see. Whenever your eyes are closed, you feel like you are seeing something in front of you on your third eye, and you feel like, is that Lord Vairava himself? But in those kind of conditions, Lord Vairava does not meet anyone so early, and if anyone gets the darshan so early, then they are very much lucky, and their energy is very much high. They are spiritual, their entire life purpose is to stay spiritual, and they are very much blessed to get the Vairava darshana. But whenever you are meditating and you are feeling like some kind of energy you are seeing, but instead of feeling pleasant, you are feeling afraid. That is something. And instead of getting the smell of Bhairava, you are getting some kind of foul smell, and that is the negative godas. Those kind of godas will disguise themselves as the deities. If you are doing Kali sadhana, those kind of godas will present themselves as Ma Kali, and those kind of godas will also present them as Lord Shiva. For their entire purpose is to distract yourself, because they will say some kind of message, and you will trust them thinking that they are Lord Bhairava, Lord Kali, and you start to do those kind of things, and you will ultimately drift yourself. You will get scared and you will drift yourself. This will entirely hamper your progress. Or whenever you are feeling very much lazy, even doing sadhana, anything related to spirituality, if you are always feeling lazy, then it is the reason that these kind of negative godas or neutral godas are in your everyday lifetime, and it's because of people around you. It's because of lot of energy that are manifesting as godas, and they are just overcrowding your head, and you are not in a mental state to do any kind of spiritual actions. Even when you are meditating, you cannot focus if those kind of negative godas are around you. So these are the things that you should consider. So that's the reason I say that cleansing your aura is very much important. So you should do that, and always use the same kind of asana when you are doing your spiritual practices, because that helps. And some people will be saying that saying Bhairava Nam won't be anything. I will do some intense kind of mantra. So please do not do that under the influence of any kind of guru, because if you are on the way, if Bhairav Baba wants that you need a guru at the moment, he will just provide you. Does not matter how early, does not matter how late. If he feels like you need a guru, you need a guidance, he will send you through somewhere you will find somewhere some kind of person will be telling you some things that you do not know by yourself. You feel like, oh, this is something new for me, and you should be asking them. You should approach those kind of people, because Lord Bhairava is sending them. It's up to you. It's your action. I have been telling about. There are so many multiverses around you. It's up to you. It's up to your action. That decides how your future will be. If you do not approach those kind of gurus, then you will not move ahead in sadhana, because the requirement of guru is very much important. And you do not learn everything from the videos that you see from the internet, from the reels that you see, or either you read the scriptures, either you read the books. That's very much fine, but seeing the things on the internet won't change for you anything. And if you want to do anything, start doing your spiritual practices, because I see there are a lot of goddess around you. And just clean yourself, clean your aura, set a asana, and start doing your meditation, and it will ultimately help you everything. It will ultimately make you fearless, and Lord Vairava energy is always protecting you. Om Vairavaya Namah. Om Vairavaya Namah. If this video has reached you, this is not random. Nothing about Kal Vairava is random. Nothing about time is accidental. Today, it will be a part series where I will be explaining to you about the Ashta Vairava, 8 forms of Lord Vairava. So before even starting about Ashta Vairavas, we all know that the Kal Vairava is the fierce manifestation of Lord Shiva. He is not someone who is calm, sitting in a meditative state. He has this fierce energy that shatters illusion, destroys ego, and protects all of his devotees. And finally, he governs time. Lord Vairava is time. Lord Vairava is our karma. Lord Vairava is the silent watcher of all the actions that we do in our daily life. Even if we do good, even if we do bad, everything in the surrounding that is governed by time, in every second, it is being observed by Lord Vairava. And most of the people, most of us, do not realize that even our consciousness is governed by Lord Vairava, because every time we think, there is a word, time. I am again repeating, every time we think, everything we do depends on time. When you are trying to doing something, then you are doing that in certain period of time. If you perform certain kind of act, you perform that thing for a certain period of time. Every time, everything in this world, the Kal is governed by Lord Vairava. And when consciousness expands in all the direction, that one infinite force expresses itself as the Ashta Vairava. And today, we will be discussing about the Ashta Vairava, the 8 guardian of the spiritual evolution. Each one rules a direction of space, a dimension of inner transformation, and a stage in the journey that begins from the ignorance to the liberation, or the moksha that we say. As you listen to these things, do not treat this as mythology or something. This is just based on the things that I personally know for myself, and the things that I have experienced from these 6-7 years of my sadhanas, Shiva sadhana, of Vairava sadhanas, and the scriptures that prove the reality of the Ashta Vairavas. Treat this as a mirror, because somewhere within you, one of these Vairava lives inside you. So at first, I will be explaining about Asitanga Vairava, who governs the east direction, represents the beginning of the awakening. Whenever you are doing the Vairava sadhana, you feel like you are taking so many mantra japas of Lord Vairava. And every time you are initiating yourself to get close to Lord Vairava, it's the first form that takes place. And the direction of the Asitanga Vairava is the east. The east is where the sun rises, where the reality hits, where the day starts, where the morning rises. where the light breaks the darkness, and Asitanga carries the same symbolism within the spiritual journey. Its complexion is described as dark blue or smoky black, signifying the vastness of the sky before the dawn. You could feel like a state during your spiritual journey that everything in your life is going like a chaos. There is no eternal peace inside you. You are always conflicted and you are chasing spirituality in order to find the eternal peace that lies inside you. And it's the Asitanga Vairava, out of 8 forms of Vairava, that will first teach you, that will show you the way of the awakening that lies inside you. He is the force that gently but firmly pulls a seeker from ignorance. The time you are invested in the materialistic world and you are ignoring the entire reality of the entire purpose of your life is the Asitanga Vairava, who will just pull you out of that reality which you are very much enjoying at the moment, but that is not the actual part of your soul. When someone begins to question their habits, their attachments, their endless distractions, that is Asitanga Vairava working silently behind you. He does not violently destroy your life. Instead, he slowly removes your false dependencies, the need for validations, the additional needs of comfort. It's like whenever you are around some kind of people, you feel very much comfortable. And when you are feeling comfortable around people, you feel vulnerable also. You start sharing the things, you start to share the personal things that will sooner or later will come to bite you back. And Asitanga Vairava also teaches you that you do not need to be around anyone to find your eternal peace. The fear of being alone also removes. Asitanga Vairava teaches detachment, not by taking everything away at once, but by giving you awareness. You might have watched my previous videos where I have talked about you should be leaving some kind of people who are pulling away from your spiritual journey. If that video has found you and you have watched it, then it is a sign that Asitanga Vairava is working in your favor. In order to remove all the negative energies, all the negativities that have been in your life for so long that it is your habit now to accept those kind of things. You say that my family is doing this kind of thing and I have been suffering for so long, but I cannot leave them. You don't have to leave them. You just have to detach from them. Let them be. Treat them well. Don't treat your family members wrong, never. Treat them well, but you should be in a detached state. Their action does not depend on your emotions. Your emotions should be dependent on you. He also helps a sadhak understand your spiritual growth begins with inner disciplines and clarity. While you are meditating, invoking him will bring stability. Your scattered thought all around the world, the time you think about everything, will be bring back to the reality, to the consciousness, because he stabilizes the foundation. And without detachment, no spiritual practice deepens. Without awareness, no mantra bear fruits. Asitanga Vairava is like the first sunrise after a long amount of darkness that you have felt in your entire life, that you have been felt neglected, that you have felt that universe is working against you. Everything that removes those kind of energies, those kind of vulnerabilities inside you, it's the Asitanga Vairava that does it. And the second is Ruru Vairava. Ruru Vairava governs the southeast and embodies knowledge, refinement, and the discipline power. When Asitanga Vairava awakens you, Ruru Vairava will train you. Many people feel so much excited about getting into a spiritual journey. They feel like Some people even try to share to the outside, oh, I'm getting into spirituality, I'm trying to do these kind of stuffs, and it works like magic. I'm trying to get into another dimension, this and that. But without the structure, every spiritual practice that you are trying to do will fail. And the structure is created by Guru Bhairava in your Bhairava spiritual journey. Guru Bhairava represents the Guru principle within the Bhairava himself. He sharpens your intellect, the way you think, the way you should think while you are in a spiritual journey, the way you should perceive, the way you should think. Everything is structured by Guru Bhairava. This is the Bhairava who guides serious seekers into scriptural study, mantra precision, and mental clarity. I'm sorry. Whenever you are doing the mantra japa, you feel like some words are so much difficult for you. Even in Kal Bhairava Ashtakam, when you are trying to do the Ashtakam, trying to read the Ashtakam, at first it's very much difficult for you. But there is lack of purpose inside you. If you have very much determined, if you have determined that you will read the Kal Bhairava Ashtakam anyhow, then it will require a structure, it will require a discipline that you should follow in order to learn the mantra, in order to understand it. For it to work, you should understand the mantra in order for it to work. And when confusion dominates your mind, when you jump from one practice to another practice without depth, Guru Bhairava energy is absent. If you are worshipping multiple gods at a time, whose energy very much differs, like you are worshipping Lord Krishna, whose energy is very much calm, and you are worshipping Lord Bhairava as well at the same time, whose energy is very much fierce, that lacks the energy consistency, that lacks the energy balance. The way of doing the sadhanas, the ways of challenges between two sadhanas are very much different in every case. Even from Lord Shiva and Lord Bhairava, the way you do sadhana is different, the way you get the energy is different, the way you experience their energy is different. Everything is very much different. And when you try to jump from one god to another god, from that god to another god, then in that case, Guru Bhairava will be absent because the foundation is not there. You would have heard, in order to make the house stable, there should be a best foundation. And if you are using the cements of different companies, some company is of some quality, some company is some type of cement, you are not using the same type of cement to make the foundation. You are using some other materials, here something other materials, it creates. And next is Chanda Bhairava. Chanda Bhairava rules the southern direction and he represents fear destruction of negativity. The south in many traditions is associated with transformation and karmic clearing. Chanda Bhairava does not gently advise. His form activates when the devotee needs to break all the karmic cycles, all the ties that are blocking them from the spiritual progresses. Like, I will give you an example for now. You are in an office, you are a working person, you are in an office and there are so many people working together, and there is someone who is just gossiping about you, who is just saying bad things about you, or someone who is saying something that you have not told to anyone, but they are sharing a bad part of you to everyone. But you are still friends with them. You are just forgiving them every time they do anything wrong. You just forgive them and move ahead, because you feel like that's what you have learned in your entire life, that forgiveness is everything. But there is a need to cut those kind of toxic people in your life. The existence of those kind of toxic people will always keep your vibration very much lower. It will not let the prosperous of your vibrations. And sometimes spiritual growth requires removal of unhealthy attachments, destructive relationships, or self-sabotaging patterns. Chanda Bhairava brings courage to confront what you have been avoiding. If your life suddenly begins shedding people or situations that drain you, do not panic. Sometimes Chanda Vairava is clearing your path. He is not into cruelty, he is into clarity. On the inner level, he destroys your anger rooted in the ego, jealousy born of insecurity, and fear created by illusion. Many seekers pray for growth but resist their discomfortness. Chanda Bhairava reminds us that purification is really comfortable. However, his destruction is protective as he removes all the kind of negative people, all the toxic people that are trying to block you off, that is trying to block your spiritual energy. We will just remove all of them. He is the force that fights against the darkness and helps to establish the peace that is inside the sadhaka, that is inside the upasaka. So this is the main purpose of Chanda Bhairava. And next is Krodha Bhairava. Governing the southwest represents the divine anger, not like an uncontrolled type of anger, but that anger is for protection of the devotees. That the anger that is created is not evil. It's only the misdirected anger that is very much destructive. But the anger that is for the protection is never evil. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, it's just an example. You are taking your kid on a walk and suddenly a big boar comes to attack your kid, and you see that the boar is there to attack your kid, but anyhow you have to protect your kid, right? And in that condition you try to scare the boar away, try to throw some rocks, some kind of sticks, or you just protect your kid by shielding them. Even so, even if the boar attacks, it attacks you, not the kid, because that's the way of protection. You might have felt angry because the boar was attacking you. You might have blamed yourself, because if I did not take my kid to that place, then there would be no case of boar attacking my kid, right? You feel like it's your own mistake, but that anger lies the protection behind it. There is a sense of protection. There is a sense that I have to protect my kid. In the same way, Krodha Bhairava also wants to protect his kids, that is us, that are us devotees, all the upasakas, all the sadhakas. So in such conditions, Krodha Bhairava activates. And he also helps to transmute your emotional intensity into disciplined action. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond consciously. In sadhana, this energy burns deep rooted into karmic impressions that surface as frustration or agitations. When channeled properly, Krodha's fire accelerates transformation. He protects his devotees from external hostility and internal weakness. To meditate on Krodha Bhairava is to confront your emotional shadow, the emotional blockages, and the outer world that is trying to disrupt your mentality of reaching the higher self, or reaching the higher consciousness. He teaches that the spiritual strength includes courage and assertiveness. And next is the Unmatta Bhairava. Unmatta Bhairava rules the western direction and symbolizes transcendence beyond the social conditioning, what is in the around of us, this entire environment. He is beyond that, where identity dissolves the darkness before renewal. Unmatta means divine madness, and this form breaks the chain of social expectations. True spiritual awakenings often looks very much strange to the world. When you begin prioritizing inner growth over public approval, over the things, what the public thinks, what my family thinks, what my parents thinks, what my partner thinks, when you stop caring about that at that stage, you will understand what true spirituality is. This does not mean you are irresponsible. It means that you are very much authentic. You have approved yourself for the spirituality. Under the influence of Unmatta Bhairava, you stop performing and start being. For the sadhakas, for the upasakas who are trapped by overthinking and self-image, Unmatta Bhairava is liberating them. He shatters the false masks. Everything, every illusion. Even if you try to create an illusion on your face, it will all shatter and you will just remain to your true self. If something is false around you, if someone is faking something, that they are pretending to be something that is not the real self. The Unmatta Bhairava just removes the falsehood. He protects you in a way that you stop caring about all the falsehood, all these social things, all these materialistic things that are around you. These things does not matter, and what other people think about you, that also does not matter. And you are able to achieve the higher spiritual realm. You are able to achieve the higher consciousness, which ultimately leads to opening of your third eye, and the path of moksha, the liberation, also opens through that. And the next is Kapala Bhairava, the guardian of the northwest, carries the skull, a profound symbol of impairments. The skull reminds us that all the identities end. Kapala represents ego, dissolution, and contemplation of mortality. Many fears death because they cling to temporary forms. Kapala Bhairava invites reflection, who you are beyond the body and name. I have been telling it multiple times that the life we are living at the moment is just 60 to 70 to 100 years at max. But it will not matter. It does not matter what kind of being you are at this lifetime. You get the human form to cut all the karmas that you have done. You have only one lifetime at the moment. You understand that this is your last lifetime. Because on the next lifetime you will not remember what you have done in the past lifetime. So this is the only lifetime you feel like you have. But your soul has been living for so many centuries, millions of years. As long as you have existence, your existence is not this. Your existence lies beyond everything. It has so much time. You have been onto the universe. Your soul has been passed down from lifetime to lifetimes. And you should realize that thing. That your life does not depend on this body. It depends on the soul. It depends on the higher self. And this body is just here to decay in few years. And it is the best opportunity for you to cut all the bad karma that you have done in entire life and go towards the moksha, towards the liberation. Because that's the ultimate goal of your soul. Even if you understand it or not, that's the ultimate goal of your soul. And if you are getting into spirituality in this lifetime, then that's very much good. Ignoring all the arrogance, all the ego, all the pride that you have inside you, and you are ready to surrender to Lord Bhairava, then it is the ultimate path to moksha. It has already started for you. And I know if you are watching this video, the path has already been started for you. With the influence of Kapala Bhairava, your spiritual maturity also increases. He reminds you that death is a transformation, not an annihilation. Annihilation is the destruction of everything, but you transform from one body to another. Maybe in this lifetime you are a male, maybe in this lifetime you are a female, but in another lifetime you might be a deer, some kind of deer, you might be a snake, who knows? You do not know that. In many lifetimes, after many lifetimes, you may again be born as a human. And at that time, you have possessed all the information. Your soul has been into so many lifetimes. It just, the soul consciously, subconsciously, if you are in a subconscious state, you realize the purpose of your soul. Ultimately, if you have not awakened your spirituality, When you awaken yourself to spirituality, you will understand the true purpose of your soul. For me, the purpose of my soul in this lifetime, for this lifetime only, for the lifetime I am Sushant, my entire purpose is to heal people. That I have learned from it. My entire purpose is to heal people and teach about things that I already possess the knowledge of. It is always better for me to share my knowledge rather than holding it inside me. And that's the purpose of my life. And I am meant to heal people, and I have already accepted that. And throughout the spiritual journey, after realizing those kind of things, I have seen my entire lifespan from my childhood to the age I am at the moment. I have healed so many people. But before being spiritual also, I did not know that was my actual purpose of life. But after being spiritual, after achieving the higher self, and it's not like after you achieve the higher self, you should go to Kashi, you should be a monk. That's not. The achieving the higher self is achieving the consciousness that is inside you. It has been inside you from day one. Since the day one, the day you were born, you had that consciousness. But it's the time that takes for you to understand that consciousness and the thing that lies behind that consciousness. I could have simply gone to Kashi or simply left everything that I have. But that's not the purpose what I want. Maybe that's the ultimate goal of my life. When I am 70, 80, I might go to Kashi from Nepal.
The main thing that I like about Gold Coast is the people are really friendly. Even I'm really far from home, it just felt like I'm literally here because of the people. They're really, really nice.
That might be the case, but at the age I am, I understand what my purpose is. My purpose at the moment is to heal people, is to share my knowledge that I possess inside me to people. And I have always been helping, teaching people about everything that I know. Even during my career, during my study process also, I helped everyone. I never got jealous if anyone got more marks than me. I never cared about that. I always wished people the best. And I felt like I only deserve the things that I already have, that are already in my side. I do not try to force things upon me. I do not try to get the things that are not mine. Because that's the wrong thing to do during your spiritual journey. And now it's the Vishad Bhairava. So whenever I am telling you guys about the Bhairava being fearless and his protection, it's that topic is mostly covered by Vishada Bhairava. Whenever you are in a bad influence, whenever you are doing something and you feel like things are not going your way, you feel like you are failing in everything, you feel like someone is doing the nazar, someone is putting the nazar, someone has a evil eye on you. In those kind of condition, it's Vishada Bhairava who protects you from everything, from all this surrounding, and he makes you very much fearless. You don't care about what others think about you. You are not scared of anyone. If someone is poking you, you have the right to say, why are you poking me? But before you could not do that. It's the Bhairava. It's the Bhairava Tattva that gives you so much confidence, that gives you so much energy, that you feel fearless. You feel like Kal Bhairava is behind me. No one can touch me. You can try, but you can't touch me. I mean, you can try. You will feel like that. Because I have felt that. And it's according to my experience. I was confident also before even my spiritual journey. I was confident. But there was a doubt inside my mind. What would someone think about me if I try to say this in public? What would someone perceive me as? But later, after I got into spirituality, I could not care less about what people think about me. As long as I feel like anything I say, anything I have learned in my life are not wrong for my beliefs, are not wrong, then until then I am not scared. I don't feel any doubt anymore. I don't fear anything in my life. I am okay with everything. I feel like even if something bad happens to me, it is meant to be, because that's the only case for me to improve. Because without failing, I will never know what are my weaknesses and what are my strong points. I realize what are the things that I should do, but there are few things that are beyond our control. That only happens because certain actions happen at certain time, which makes us realize that we should be doing this kind of thing. And when you feel protected, you feel like you're protected. I said like Bhairava is with me. That feeling is provided by Visada Bhairava. That fearlessness is provided by Visada Bhairava. And you should understand that fear always dissolves the awareness. But I will set you a very much easy example. Let's say you are in an interview and you are very much scared, but you know everything about the job, you have the qualification, you have the requirements, you could do everything, and you went to the interview in a state of fear. You don't trust yourself, so you are feared, even though you know everything, but you are still feared. And the interview asks something and you started to panic, like what am I supposed to do, what am I supposed to do. That does not generate confidence, and the interviewer himself will doubt you, because the interviewer wants the best for the company. So that's the case. But if you know something that you already possess, you know that you should be confident about that. And that confidence, that fearlessness is given by Visada Bhairava itself for you. So if you want to, if you are very much a scared type of person, if you cannot be confident on anything, you should try praying for Visada Bhairava. There are so many mantras that you can do. You should try praying Visada Bhairava. And at last, it's Samhara Bhairava. Samhara Bhairava governs the northeast and represents the ultimate dissolution. Samhara means total destruction, completely destruction of everything. There is nothing left in this world. But in spiritual terms, it represents destruction of ignorance and separation. Ignore. Try to ignore things. I have already told you about this. I don't care most of the things that are happening around me. I just don't care. And I also shared about the things like keep yourself separate from the things that are not doing you well, that are not serving you well. Even if you have a friend circle that is very much big friend circle of your entire company, if that is not serving you well, then why are you even trying to invest all the energies on that? So Samhara Bhairava governs that. And after his spiritual awakening, the discipline, purification, transformation, transcendence, ego, death, fearlessness, what remains? The only thing that remains is pure consciousness. After everything is destroyed, imagine, let's say you are sitting at the moment, you are just watching this video, sitting just in front of me. Just close your eyes for a second. What do you see around you? Do you see anything? And you might see, I see black. But if you never knew what black color is, what the color black is, what would you see? You would see nothing. If you didn't know, while closing your eyes, you see black, dark is black. If you didn't know that darkness is black.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, doctor.
जबसम्म कोलगेट मैक्स फ्रेशले ब्रस गर्दैनौ निन्द्राले पिछा छोड्ने छैन।
यसको कुलिङ क्रिस्टल्सले गर्छ यति ताजा, यु हैव नो अन्दाजा। कोलगेट मैक्स फ्रेश, निन्द्रा भगाऊ, ताजगी जगाऊ।
You shine like the sun, you aim for the star. It takes more than that to be at the top.
This is a $100,000 two-headed snake that literally has a different personality in each head. And I'll be showing you why this is the most expensive snake on Earth, along with a $25,000
Do iron golems feel
largest snake in the world, all the way down to a literal $1 snake.
Yes, so this first snake I was actually able to buy for only $1. Just from some guy on eBay saying he just wanted it gone. But this snake inside is looking extremely weird. I gotta get a closer look at this.
So I opened up the container to reveal that my suspicions were correct. This thing looked extremely abnormal. It literally didn't have scales like a normal snake would, and in fact, it looked more like a mutant worm. But little did I know that these things have some of the scariest mouths out of any animal on Earth.
Yo, and this thing is like slimy. Is this even a snake?
Now, I was right to be suspicious because when I went to scan a picture of this into Google, it told me that indeed it was not even a snake. It said that this is actually something called a giant Mexican Sicilian.
Yo, and it's saying this thing has some of the craziest hunting abilities. Oh my gosh, I just got to test this.
In order to see its special abilities, I quickly built this dude up a home. Google told me to use a bunch of moist dirt to make a deep floor area so the worm snake thing can dig around. Then I put some natural decorations around, and finally, these Sicilian creatures sometimes can be fully aquatic in the wild, but in captivity, all we need is to